Have you slept well? Cats standing guard? Against whom? Will they stop the northern barbarians by their sheer fluffiness? It is always wise to be careful. Speaking of which, your sister sent a message again. She wants to meet you at the marketplace as usual. Do not make her wait this time. She's risking a lot by doing this. This can't go on. You must find a way to get her back. Whatever you do, be careful.
I've heard Cleopatra is taking good care of her. This unspoken and unofficial truce between our families is unnerving, but I prefer it to all-out feud. That you do, and I can buy some groceries while we're at it.
Salve.
Salve, Legate. It is so good to see you after all this time. You have a sharp tongue. That unmatched wit of yours will kill me someday. Not at all. Do be quick, though. It seems poor Louiana is harassed by some less virtuous individuals when visiting the market. She is talking to people she should not talk to. You never know where this kind of thing will lead. There are scoundrels and thugs all across the city.
Senator, someone just took your coin purse? He's running there! Look!
What? I didn't feel... You're right. It's gone.
I see him. We'll get the bastard.
Wait! No one has even been near me. Except...
Does stupidity run in your family, or are you exceptional this way?
Thieving bitch. Louiana, stay here!
Who was that woman? Thank Juno she was here. Both Loco and Scaevola are very busy these days. I don't exactly know what's going on. I think he always did, but never cared much. Something must have changed. I don't know. Disappeared a while ago. It makes me nervous. Scaevola might be the elder brother, but Loco always creeps me out. He is smarter than he looks. Certainly smarter than my husband. I've seen a lot of merchants and galley captains passing in and out of the villa, but it can't just be a new trade deal that's generating such commotion in the household. I fear they're planning something personal. Something big. Me? Oh yes, surprisingly well still. Scaevola is treating me like a queen. No doubt they're trying to turn me against my family. Scaevola left a number of strange shipping manifests in the library. They are sending a lot of ships to Egypt. I have no idea why, but I may be able to retrieve the documents for you. I'll wait on your decision then. Wale, brother.
It's been a long time. I'm afraid I need to cut our reunion party a bit short. I've received a message from the proconsul. He says you'll need me very soon.
If I know Dominus Lucullus, he would have sent a rider for you with all the instructions. You go ahead. I'll find Bestia and Caeso. I get the distinct feeling we may soon need their assistance.
Romans, here! Tell me, did you murder these people in the belief that they were protecting me? Or in the knowledge that they were my captors? Delightful. Then I suppose I owe you the benefit of my favor. Ah, you are Lucullus's people. Lunia succeeded then.
Something like that. Let's get you out of here first, then we'll talk.
Cleopatra Philopator, the goddess who loves her father and the rightful pharaoh of Egypt.
Lengthy introductions are unnecessary. At this point, I trust we are both acquainted with each other. Legate, you have saved me. I will not let such a deed go unrewarded. I bestow upon you this armor, called Queen's Warden. Wear it with pride. Do not overplay your hand. Shall we get down to business? I made you a promise, and a goddess never breaks her word. Ask your questions, Legate. It doesn't matter what I believe, as long as the people need their goddess. The people are always wrong. That's why they need their goddess. It's a traditional title. When it suits me, yes. You are addressing a goddess. Tomes could be filled with the things that I know, and you don't. You strike me as a very well-read man. Imprisoned is such an ugly word. Let us say, confined. Some people just can't perceive beauty. That's why he confined me. You share a lot with Ptolemy, Roman. Hopefully. That would have been such a waste. We had maintained a correspondence for quite some time now. Unfortunately, he never had the pleasure of enjoying my company in person. He was a good man. He did not deserve to die in such a ghastly fashion. On the contrary, I think, in the end, we all get what we deserve. Time to get to the point. No more foreplay. My husband, Ptolemy Theos Philopator, is collaborating with a Roman bureaucrat called Lurco. I believe you are familiar with him. The exact nature of their collaboration is unknown to me. My bet is on something financial in nature. Something big. Whatever this collaboration is about, it must be illegal by Roman law. I believe the proconsul got wind of it and attempted to enlist my help in hopes of acquiring evidence. Tragically, Vitellius Lorco's spies got a hold of the missive he sent. Needless to say, neither Lorco nor my husband was happy about this development.
I knew it.
That is possible, but unlikely. After all, killing a Roman proconsul is equal to declaring war on Rome. Lurco profited from the current arrangement. There is no reason for him to start a war.
He hated the proconsul.
Be that as it may, I don't think he is stupid enough to start a war for petty, personal reasons. Lurco is a smart man with a plan. Ptolemy is a stupid man with wealth and power. I offer a simple proposal instead. I become the sole pharaoh and give my husband to you on a platter, with Vitellius Lorco as garnishing. All I need is your support. With your help, we can reconquer Egypt together and bring peace to my people.
May I humbly present a possible solution?
You may.
You could simply recruit soldiers from Nazomenes itself. My people were fond of the proconsul, and although they are severely fractured into countless independent tribes, they may want to unite under one strong banner.
Is it, though? We can collaborate with barbarians, but can we trust them?
We will have to talk to the elders first. Let us meet at the Court of Heaven as soon as it is convenient for you.
Get it out. I can see you have questions. I do not. Because I am a goddess. I've said no such thing. You asked me if I think I am a goddess, and I said I don't think I am a goddess. You are a fool if you think divinity is a matter of opinion. One does not think of divinity. One either is divine or not. There's nothing confusing about my family. Traditionally, boys are named Ptolemy and girls Cleopatra. It is our actions that define us, not our names. He goes against the people's will. My family is deeply entrenched in their traditions. They are in communion with gods, but not the people. My brother actually wants to replace the old gods. That is as foolish as trying to replace the people. I will give them what they want, and what they need. Of course we will win, because it is my will. I feel insulted. I know these people are practically savages, but I feel insulted. My lodgings leave so much to be desired. The quality of the carpets is especially aggravating. I need a new one. Fetch me a better carpet. A carpet says a lot about its owner's personality. It's a statement and an expression of your soul. I can think of a lot of fun activities we can perform on a carpet. The best of insults are subtle like this. Do you think they actually expect me to walk on this rag? It would wound my divine souls. To procure a carpet for a queen. It's a delicate task one should not trust just anyone with. But I don't have to trust anyone, do I? I can trust you. The best of Egyptian carpets are sold in Memphis. It is, of course, a bit far away, but your efforts will show me how much you value our alliance.
I see. You want us to play fetch like a good puppy?
You will. Well, now I can't wait to get that carpet and find out what you think you can get from me.
I am honored, but that is not how we work. We do not simply sell the carpets we display. We manufacture our carpets on specification and to order. Good. My assistant will be right with you. Weaving the carpet will take approximately a year. If you're desperate, I can sell you this sample we have here. It will not be cheap. It will also not be as good as this one we are making for the pharaoh himself. Of course not. That's something no self-respecting merchant would do. Naturally. You are a connoisseur of carpets, it seems. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Have my carpet yet? A lot of people are planning on killing me. It is one thing to plan something, and quite another to act on those plans. The question is, how do you know about it? Did she now? And what do you intend to do? Naturally. That would be ill-advised. But don't worry. I never thought you'd betray me. This carpet, this is adequate. That is what I'm going to say. You should leave now. I want to examine my new carpet.
Everything is ready for the attack. Say the word, and Legio Victrix takes Augila.
Finally! I don't know why you've waited for so long.
How was I supposed to keep Isil in check? I am merely an old woman. As soon as this is over, Nazamenes will provide the warriors you need to invade Egypt.
Trust is earned. In Lunia I trust, but in you? Well, once Augila is ours, then I will know I can trust you.
With all due respect, there is no cause for concern here. Augila may look imposing, but it's far from an impenetrable fortress. Maybe not, but they will call on reinforcements. Izil managed to send a few riders and our sentries failed to stop them. I expect them to target our catapults. The question is when. I suggest we pick out a spearhead group to punch through the southern gate, while the majority of the Legion hits the front gates. That would be a daring endeavor. Getting rid of those bridges could divide the battlefield in two, eliminating an easy path for their reinforcements to take.
But Dad spoke of a passage we can use. It's a bit too narrow for a whole maniple, but a group of speculatores can easily take care of those bridges.
We can deploy catapults on the southern side of the city to cover that flank. Fair enough. With our siege engines in position, and if we can destroy those two bridges, I think we can easily make our way to the citadel. If the reinforcements are disabled, the spearhead group can easily penetrate the defenses of the city, especially if our catapults survive.
I don't think he will offer any challenge once we reach him. Izil is old and frail.
You mean like Synodos?
Huh. You make a good point. Izil caused us a lot of problems indeed. He shall pay with blood.
As usual, it is up to you to form the attack groups. We march on your command.
If Augila falls to Rome, I'm confident we can raise a new legion here.
I'm still not sure if that's a good idea, but I'd much rather have them fighting on my side for sure.
Well executed, Legate. Izil's bow was taken from his corpse and delivered to me as tribute. I have no need of it, so I think you should take it. Now the old fool is gone and you have your new legion. You certainly took your time, though. Instill order or sow the seeds of chaos. That is for you to decide. They say it's unwise to try the patience of a goddess. You've promised Egypt to me. So far, you have delivered nothing.
If I may humbly interject, you seem to be arguing over promises and dreams, all of which are purely hypothetical, as long as Egypt still answers to Ptolemy. Now that we have the means to conquer said dreams, it may be time to demonstrate our martial prowess.
Listen to the old Serapis. He makes sense. Arrogance is attractive only when it's well placed. It is not easy for a leader to acknowledge their teacher, especially when said teacher is a Serapis.
Are you sure we can trust this new legion? After all, they are not Roman. Of course.
By Femi, you Romans are all talk and no action.
Finally.
Destiny sees to it that our interests are aligned once again. Let us meet in the court of heaven. Make your way at once, for it is ill-advised to make a goddess wait. Signed, Cleopatra Philopater, rightful queen of Egypt.
It seems Her Majesty has learned the value of brevity.
It would be nice to have a little more information to go on.
You certainly took your time. The invention of apology does not legitimize failure. Let us get down to business without further ado. It is my understanding that you need some kind of evidence against your opponent to be used in your Senate. Something to prove the existence of his business relations with my husband. Fortunately, my husband keeps thorough records of all such dealings. Ptolemy keeps all ledgers detailing his business transactions in his palace in Alexandria. We shall pay a visit to my dear husband. It might be beneficial for you to make his acquaintance, don't you think? Splendid. I have already informed Ptolemy about our impending arrival. Let us quickly be on our way. This could give us an opportunity to end this war. I get the feeling Ptolemy is willing to parley. In the worst-case scenario, we get a splendid feast. I grow weary of the simple and repetitive food here. It is safer to travel separately. We shall meet in Alexandria. Well done. I have just arrived myself. Let us enter.
One moment. We need a solid plan before we go in.
I'm pretty sure the Legatus has a plan.
If I may provide one piece of advice, do not seem too friendly with Cleopatra. She and Ptolemy are already at war. If they sense how close your alliance is, the pharaoh may find it prudent to have her executed.
You should invent a reason for our absence, but let us refrain from starting a fight we can't win. The palace is full of guards.
To Alexandria. We've been expecting your arrival. I hope you will like the accommodations.
You dare address this Roman instead of your rightful queen?
Forgive me, but she is not my queen.
Do my ears deceive me? Is this simpleton still talking to you? Is misguided a Roman euphemism for suicidal? You must kill him where he stands.
You hold no authority here.
How funny. He was clearly mistaken.
I'm going! Stop chasing me, by the goddess!
You're lucky the pharaoh didn't have you executed, idiot girl.
Wow, rude! You want me to call down a curse of Ubasti upon you? Because I've just about had it with you people!
You can't curse me.
Try me, you'll see.
Just go home. The pharaoh is expecting important guests.
It seems not. He's intent on going through with this ludicrous festival. Oh, it's going to cause so much trouble.
My husband is throwing a festival. How unlike him.
I don't know who your husband is. The pharaoh wants a festival of Serapis in Memphis. Ubasti will be so angry, not to mention everyone else.
Indeed. My husband, the pharaoh.
Your husband, the pharaoh? That means you are... Oh! Forgive me, your majesty! I didn't recognize you!
Continue.
I'll continue. Well, I waited here a month to get this audience and then... Oh, they were all counting on me back home and I blew it. I guess?
We're looking for a place where books and ledgers are kept. Do you know it?
The library? It's the building right over there. Good luck in there. I'm going to go find a corner to cry in.
You are a mess, girl. I will sit with you.
All right. Thank you. Do you like cats?
Are in the presence of Ptolemaeus Theos Philopator, he who rules over land and sea, this world and the other world, of the dead and of the living. He who is the face of the sun and the will of the Nile.
Hello, husband. You look particularly pathetic today.
It is always good to see you, honored wife.
It is customary to greet a foreign ruler with a bow.
You dare to threaten? What do you mean, in the garden? What did you do?
Oh, nothing important, really. A guard was being disrespectful and lost his head as a consequence.
The first thing you do in my palace is murder one of my subjects?
Be quiet, Marcellus.
Yes, Senator.
You bore me with your pointless posturing like impotent roosters. Shall we get on with it? Or would you rather I leave?
Very well. There seems to be a lot of animosity between the different parties in this meeting. This kind of thing serves no one. Let us talk. I am sure we can reach a meaningful and satisfactory solution to our conflict. I am merely an advisor to His Majesty, here to protect Rome's trade routes. Legion? By Minerva, of course not. Marcellus and his men are here for my own protection. They are my Praetorian Guard.
A living god does not have friends.
His Majesty understands us and our objectives in this region. It is natural that this brings us together. There seems to be a minor disagreement between a husband and his wife. You seem to be taking sides. Ill-advised, in my opinion, but I'm sure there's nothing I can do to dissuade you. Marcellus, take Hortensius and help them. But do as you're told. Now that the unpleasantries are out of the way, I assume we may finally discuss business.
Does this mean you have a better offer? You've got our attention.
Despite possessing endless wisdom, His Majesty is not used to dealing with Romans, especially not those with no position in the Senate. Let us slow down and clear some things up first.
I've traveled all this way so I can talk to my husband. I have absolutely no intention of watching two arrogant Romans exchange thinly veiled insults.
An advisory role to His Majesty, primarily protecting Roman interests. One's profit doesn't always cause the other's loss. The best business arrangements are reached when both parties benefit. The proconsul's death is a tragedy. We all mourn his loss. In times like this, it is natural to see enemies everywhere. Beware, however, that some people may interpret your words as accusations. It is unwise to speak of a crime of this magnitude without deeply convincing evidence. I haven't the faintest idea. Whoever arranged his murder must be very foolish indeed. Rome can be a valuable ally, but its wrath is terrifying.
Most people who are murdered simply deserve death. Perhaps this Lucullus wronged someone terribly.
Wise words, Your Majesty. Enemy is such a strong word. Egypt is a loyal ally of Rome, currently experiencing some civil disorder. Diplomatic channels remain open, as you can see.
A peace treaty? Are we at war? A queen's life is boring, Roman. Occasionally, one needs some kind of distraction. Whenever our wife gets restless, she finds a new plaything.
Indeed. The queen says let us eat first, and then talk on a full stomach.
So you want a permanent solution to our disagreement? Intriguing, we must admit. Let us hear your proposal.
My proposal is quite simple, darling. You shall cease your attack, and I shall assume my rightful place on the throne.
Ridiculous, as always. And when you sit on this throne, what should we do, we wonder? The Roman seems to think quite highly of you, sister. How long have you been fucking him?
I will fuck whomever it pleases me to fuck, and that certainly does not include you.
Roman, what did she offer you in exchange for your allegiance?
I have promised no such thing! Your boldness is faintly charming, but also severely misplaced. Bow to me and beg forgiveness.
Well, I believe the best course here would be to arrange some sort of co-rule, granting both parties equal power.
Equal?
Indeed. That way, everyone's happy, and Rome continues to benefit from our trade deal. They might. As far as Rome is concerned, that is an acceptable outcome.
We have examined the corpse. The guard was indisputably killed by their people.
That is fantastic, Marcellus. But if you're here, where's the rest of our visiting party?
They are relaxing outside. I thought.
You thought? Why do you keep trying to do things you're not good at?
Why did you leave a potentially dangerous group of people free to roam these halls? With all due respect, Senator, you are overreacting. There are royal guards posted all around. It's not like they will set the palace on fire.
Oh, hello. Who are you? I work for the Senate of Rome. I don't think you'll understand what I do. I keep track of the numbers for the Egyptian trade. That's not correct. We both work for the Senate. My name is Claudius Tranquillus. You need accounting? There are no ledgers. I work with numbers. It took me some time to understand what they meant, and when I did, the pharaoh said he would have me executed if I left. He could not have done all those bad things without my work. The pharaoh insisted I come here. The senator was very upset about it. There are no ledgers. I never write anything down. I keep all the numbers in my head. I did write that. It was for someone else, for the man who leads Wixie. He wanted a list, so I made it as hard to read as I could. I was never told. I don't think anyone knows, even in Wixie. We just know him as the Great Shadow. The proconsul's death brought a lot of attention to what we're doing here. I think it was the pharaoh. They are thugs and scoundrels. I don't know what the senator uses them for, but I know that there are currently 1,298 people getting paid out of those funds set aside for Wixie. Funds that were meant to be paid as tax to Rome. I really wish I could, believe me, but they will kill us both if we try to leave. I will do whatever you want. I never meant to do anything wrong. Thank you.
Your Majesty, the personal guard of your guests are sneaking about and acting suspicious in places they should not.
And where exactly should they sneak about and act suspicious? Tell me. That's right, Locagos. Nowhere. Now leave us, and try to perform your duties adequately for a change.
Are you angry, darling? If the palace of our ancestors is falling apart, you have only your own incompetence to blame.
Speaking of foolishness, it is unwise to insult the regent of a great nation in his own throne room. What's your endgame here, Legate?
Conquer? We thought this was intended to be a peaceful discussion. And live under your rule in our own lands? Never.
Your Majesty, we have reason to believe our guest Praetorian Guard is up to no good. We'll need to get you to safety.
Assassination? Was that your goal all along?
Your Majesty, if I may. We promised these people safe passage. I cannot allow the death of another Roman on foreign soil.
Very well. The next time we meet, it will be on the field of battle. You will regret making an enemy of me, Roman!
That was an interesting experience.
We didn't get caught, but apparently our mere presence was enough to raise suspicion.
We found the man who keeps records for Vitellius Loco, Claudius Tranquillus. Unfortunately, he keeps them purely in his head.
He believes it was Ptolemy who killed Lucullus, so there's nothing we can use there.
Although it does mean our casus belli was sound, which is a great relief. Additionally, he confirmed that Loco is stealing tax money from Rome, and he is willing to testify before the Senate. Unfortunately, that will not be possible until we invade the city and capture this palace.
I am glad that I was able to help you in this matter. But I refuse to spend another moment in this palace until I am its mistress. Come, we must leave. Really bad idea. Frankly, I don't know how you managed to talk me into this. That's what worries me. There he comes. Tell me you have a plan. I was afraid you'd say that. My dear husband is about to speak. Indeed. I shall speak too, and you shall help me.
People of the Nile, honorable men of Memphis and their virtuous wives, we have descended today from the great Serapeum for the sole purpose of addressing you.
Descended? I have been to the Serapeum, dear husband, and it is not that high a place. Are you perhaps too short?
That was brutal, my queen. He is furious.
What? She's here. We didn't mean it's high. Not literally. It is the seat of the great Serapis. Our ancestor Ptolemy Soter petitioned and brought Serapis to Alexandria. And the old gods made way to accept him, recognizing his magnificence.
Did any of the old gods leave Egypt? I think they're still here, and they seem unaware of the permission or recognition you are talking about.
Our queen speaks the truth! Ubasti tolerates Serapis, but would never be replaced by him!
People! Listen to me! The old gods are just that. They're old. With our help, Egypt will be home to better gods.
Better gods? In what way is Serapis better than Osiris?
In this time of turmoil, this festival shall be our gift to the people of Egypt. Let us all unite under the protection of Serapis and defend our freedom against the foreign invaders!
Is this your idea of rulership? Sacrificing the people because you're not man enough to defend yourself?
Not even Serapis would stand by that. He stands by the brave and strong.
How dare you! We are more man than your foreign plaything can ever hope to be.
Your tongue is truly honeyed, Roman.
We see now how it was an error in judgment to let you live, dear wife. You will pay for this insolence with your life. Soldiers, kill these wretches for me.
I believe that is my cue to leave. Guards!
At once, Your Majesty. Make way for the Queen!
Look at you, darling. A pharaoh on his knees is not fit to be a pharaoh at all. At least you are where you belong.
You are the disgrace of our family, an affront to gods and the people of Egypt. And now you get your own husband killed by the hand of a foreigner. You can't even do it yourself.
A queen should not soil her hands with the blood of cowards. Well, perhaps he deserved a more dignified end, but thank you nevertheless.
Well, I guess that concludes our business.
Ah, the Golden Wolf arrives right on cue. I was expecting you.
I see. Your cunning knows no bounds, Roman. I am at your mercy. I should have known.
Interesting turn of events.
Such a waste. Even at her age, she had a lot of potential.
That was unpleasant. However, I think we have more pressing concerns, Legate. We should find the accountant. With Ptolemy dead, he's our only source of information.
For defending me from her, I should have seen it coming. Perhaps I just didn't want to believe that she would betray me. In some ways, but in other ways it will be easier. The Berber tribes are united now, and there are other elders. I will invite them here and secure their loyalty. You are here to find someone, are you not? You had better get going before another beats you to it.
It was glorious. We have conquered many lands and slain numerous foes. It was strange of you to leave the Queen on her throne, though. Spoils of war should not be left for the enemy to recover. I see. You still plan on conquering her. Forgive me for doubting you.
Good morning, Domine. You certainly took your time today. It is wise to allow your body some time to heal. Fortunately, there are a lot of mundane, everyday tasks for you to take care of today. We have some outstanding debts. There's the issue of inheritance. The kitchen needs to know what you wish to eat today. Oh, and the carpet you have ordered has arrived. You haven't? That's bizarre. Well, they have brought it to the study. We shall inspect the item. Perhaps it was intended for someone else. I'll bring a generous amount to give us some room for negotiation.
Do you try to purchase all of the women you encounter? Really? What's the current going rate for an arrogant Roman legatus these days? Nonsense. Let us negotiate. I'm sure I can provide you with something you desire. This is a friendly visit. After all of the things we've been through, I thought you would like the opportunity to establish a more solid relationship. Over some food, perhaps. But this room is a bit too crowded. Let us dismiss your servants. I do not like attention.
One of the mourners arrived, Cineros. They still want their... Oh. Who is this lovely young woman? You didn't tell me you have a lady friend as a guest? You... What now? Why didn't you tell me? I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I simply wasn't informed. Does she understand our language? Of course she does. The place is a mess. Cineros, we need to go to the marketplace immediately. Tell the cooks I'll be instructing them today. Our guest is a queen. The feast should be royal. I shall make a list of all the guests. Cato should be
That is quite unnecessary. I would prefer to have a private conversation.
You don't want to eat? That is out of the question. A full stomach is the prime ingredient of good company. Are you not hungry, Your Majesty?
I would not turn down your hospitality, but I'd rather have a private meeting with your son. There are myriad things we have to discuss. Of political nature, of course.
But of course. Forgive my foolishness. Whatever you wish, Your Highness.
I don't know. What should we do?
No feast could be fit for a goddess, but I will strive for perfection.
The stable master had 2 horses in need of nutrition.
Your mother is a bit tense. Are all Roman women like that? People do tend to panic in my presence. But you are different, aren't you? Am I not? Careful. Too much flattery will turn me off. This is a nice place. I like your little garden. I do miss our sunsets, though. Do you miss the desert? Well, you'll always have a place in my kingdom, if you should wish it. Shall we continue this conversation over dinner? I am famished. This was extraordinary. I am vaguely sad because it's all gone. The wine is great too. Perhaps I shall load a ship with your barrels for the return trip. Shall we finish this flask together in a more private setting? I think I'd like to sample some other Roman delicacies. As did I.
The Queen of Egypt, in my living room. Oh, it's such a shame she had to leave so soon. Imagine the gossip. Of course, dear. Is there anything I can help you with?